Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel SAP SD and ABAP League Support. It is continuation series on ABAP debugging for functional consultants. In today's video, we'll discuss how to debug the background job. In our project, we'll get a lot of issues related to job, like the job is running for a long time, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. It's not going to end at all. It's running like that only. And some other jobs stopped or cancelled. So in these two cases, we would like to understand why the job has been cancelled or why the job is running for a long time. So how to debug this kind of two issues. Now let's see how to check that issue now. So I have developed one G program. So I'm opening SC38 now. So this is the G program name I have created. If you click display, you see the code here. So the code is infinite has been written here. That means it will never end. It will keep on running, running, running only. Because the statement we have written here is that if I not equal to 0, but we have maintained I as 0 here, right? So 0 is not equal to 0, never. The statement never be true at all, right? If it is never true means the do and do loop runs infinitely. So we will use this report to check and understand how to debug these issues. So there are two ways that we can schedule the background jobs. We know that one in SM36 transaction code, another one is in SC38. This screen itself only. Click on the program menu and you see execute button here, right? And in execute you see several options, but click on the background option here. Background, and if you click execute immediately, the job will start immediately now. And you see the bottom also, the background job has been started now. Now let me go to the transaction code SM37, the job overview. Okay, let me give you the ABAP program name, that is G test underscore batch 1, and let me execute now. You see here, this job is running for long time. It's not going to end at all, right? So how to debug and understand why this job is running for long time, right? And even if you don't know the source code of this job, for example, you are running that standard programs, RV60 as bat invoicing jobs, SD bill deal, or output jobs, RS dash double zero. If you're running any standard programs, that time it's not that much easy to understand where that issue is coming from, because the standard programs might call several custom programs, right? And we can't put a breakpoint where it is running, and which code it's taking for a long time, right? The simple way is to select this job, the active job, and click on the menu job and select this option capture active job. So when you select this capture active job, what system will do, system will open the source code in the debugger screen where it is running for a long time. So in this case, so when you debug the active jobs, no need to set a breakpoint anywhere. It will simply stop the relevant program where it is running for a long time. It's very simple, right? And you see here, this it is never going to end. Let me show you in the debugger also, right? Now I value is 0. If I click F5, it's verifying here. I not equal 0. 0 not equal to 0. I value has 0, right? So 0 not equal to 0. Yeah, that considered true. So it will again run the loop. Again run the loop. Okay, so it will keep on like this. So what we can do? We can manipulate the values now. We will keep it as 1 now. So we'll keep it as 1 now, right? So now 1 is not equal to 0. That is true. That is true means it will go inside and it will exit from the program. Now let me click on F5. Yeah, the program has stopped now. If you click F8, see, and if I click refresh, see, the job has been stopped now. It finished now, right? This is one way of debugging the active jobs. This is one more way to debug the active jobs. That is, let me create one more job from this existing job. Copy this job, right? Select this job, go to the menu job, and copy. Let's keep it as the same name. Copy. Refresh. Okay. Let me go back and click schedule. Yeah, this is the job. Let me release it. Immediate. Save. Refresh. Now it is active for infinite times. Okay. So one way is to debug the active job is to the menu job, click capture active job. This is one way. Second way is to use the transaction code, that is SM50. It's a process overview screen or processes, right? So here, if you see here, this is the our job, the program name gtest underscore batch one, and you see different work processes here. DAA means dialog work process, UPD means update work process, and BTC means background work process. Ours is BTC work process, and the program is gtest underscore batch one. Select this particular record, and if you go to administration and click on this program. Okay, let me tell you one more time. Select this job, go to administration. Sorry, select this job, go to administration, program, debugging. Just click yes. You see, now also the breakpoint stopped in the program, right? So these are the two ways that we can debug the active jobs. Okay, now one more scenario, one more issue is there. So job has been cancelled due to some reasons, or job has been finished without creating any transactions. Suppose invoicing job we have scheduled, but the job has been finished without creating any invoices in the background, right? Our job has been cancelled without any reasons. We don't know the reason, right? In both cases, whenever the job is finished or whenever the job is cancelled, in case of these two status, cancelled and finished, we can use the statement JDBG. Okay, select the job, either cancel job or finished job. Okay, and click JDBG. See JDBG. Select the program which is cancelled or active. JDBG will work in case of cancelled or finished jobs only. Okay, apply JDBG now and click enter. If you click enter, you see in the bottom debug is getting started. And if you keep on click F7, it will stop in the actual program, the G program. You see, this is a G program. Before that, it was a custom program, so a standard program, right? So this is a G program where we have the issue now, and we should remember that whenever we run JDBG on finished or cancelled jobs, system will try to get all the data when the actual time where the job ran. Suppose the job ran yesterday, right? And we are debugging today. That means when you debug today with JDBG, system will try to get the data, yesterday's data only. So yesterday the job ran for 5 transactions, 5 orders, for example. So today when we run JDBG also, system will try to use those data only. It will never take the new data. So JDBG means go to the past and debug that point at time what was happened. So it will never take the new data. Always check the old data. And we are simulating. We are going to the past. It's kind of an time travel. So we're going to the time travel to the past and debugging that issue, right? Let me click F8. Fine. So JDBG means to debug both finished and cancelled jobs. So this is the third way of debugging the background job. So we have some other ways. Let me tell you that. Let me stop this transaction. Okay. Okay, there is one more way to debug this background job. That is, let's go to the transaction code SM36. Okay, let's create one job. Gtest underscore batch 2. Okay, click enter now. Okay, now here in the ABAP program, I will giving the name as BTC Loop and click save. Okay, let me tell you what is the intention of this program BTC Loop. SC38 BTC Loop. The BTC Loop is standard program provided by SAP, and it's kind of an our Z program like that only. This one also ends infinitely. It will run with without any interruption. It will run like that only. Okay, same code what we saw in that our Z program. Okay, it's a BTC Loop program, standard program. So in the step one, we have added the BTC Loop program. I will create one more step. This time I will use my custom program gtest underscore batch one. Okay, and click save now. And you see two steps are here. Step one, step two. Okay, and let me go back. Start condition, immediate, save, and again click on save. Now see the background job has been started now. Let me see that. You see, it is a job that has been started now. So this time also same thing. Select this one, click on job, and capture active job. So it will stop in the step one program, that is BTC loop. So now what I will do, I will open that SC38 and G test batch one program. I will apply external breakpoint. I will discuss about external breakpoint in our upcoming videos. Okay, 1 second. Let me activate this. Let me go to change mode. To okay. Let me apply external breakpoint. You see, it is external breakpoint. Okay, breakpoint has been set now. So I'm the debugger now. I'm in the first step BTC loop program. So what I will do, I will update I value as in 1 now. And if I click F8, refresh. Let me click active job now, capture active job. Now it's stopped in the second um, our custom program gtest batch one. So this is the one way, and second way is same way only. This time we can use that program. One more program is there. Let me show you that. That is rs wait sec display. So this is also similar to BTC loop only, but this program will wait for some seconds, right? You can see there's no code written except only one wait statement, and seconds is an input parameter here. Okay, if I execute this one here, and you see here, if I give 100 means this report will wait for 100 seconds. It's seconds only. So in SM36, we can schedule this one also, one of the step one program, step two G based program. Okay, so by using these two standard programs, BTC loop and RS wait sec, by using these two standard programs, we can debug this background job issues. So let me recap what we discussed today. First way is active job debugging. In the menu, job, capture, active job. This is the first way of debugging the active jobs. And second way is by using the transaction code SM50. It's a process overview screen. Process overview, right? And here we should select our BTC work process. Third is in case of cancelled and finished jobs, use JDBG. So this is for active, and this one also for active jobs only. And the third one is using JDBG for finished and cancelled jobs. Fourth one is create a job in some 36 with BTC Loop as a step one program, and step two as our custom program. Fifth one is similar to this only. This time we are using another one, that is RS wait watch. That is RS wait watch. So these are the five ways that we can debug the active and finished or cancelled jobs. If some other ways are available, please do let me know. I will also learn those other ways. If you like my work, please do subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And if I would like to discuss on any other topics, please do let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for your support. We'll meet in the next video.